Alright, so for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the Kamag Wiesel logistics vehicle on 1/50th scale. This model was produced by Tonkin Replicas and is no longer produced as Tonkin Replicas no longer exists. So to start off the review, the container is removable. We'll get to that later. But starting off with the cab here, you can see you got a nice door right here. It says Kamag right there. You got a nice step right there. And then what I'm presuming are some working lights that are just painted onto the model. Under this little metal visor, there is a little beacon right there, and I believe this is your air conditioning unit under here as well. You can see you got some mirrors. They are plastic and glued onto the model. Your rims are nicely detailed, and they do turn, which is pretty cool. They do turn, which is nice. And then coming up to the deck of the model, you can see you got some simulated diamond plate texture. You have a fifth wheel. You got some electrical or some type of connection right there. Maybe it's a tank, I'm not really sure. And then there is another tank right there, or a reservoir. You can see right here it says Kamag Wiesel right there, and you got something else modeled right here. You do have to be careful. As these little pieces on the side can't come loose. Mine on the other side did come loose. Coming to the rear of the model, you can see that there's a pintle hitch right there. I'm not really sure what you would hook up to this vehicle, but if you wanted to tow a trailer or move it around a yard, you could so easily do that with this model in real life, or with the truck in real life. You got a bumper right here with a red light painted on it, and you got some simulated reverse and running lights and brake lights right there, and then some other little working lights right there, and right there and right there. Coming to this side, this piece right here is a little loose on mine. It came like that, and this is what I believe is part of the exhaust system right there, and you got some more running lights on the model right there. Other than that, this side's pretty much the same as the other side, just missing a couple tanks, and I believe this is your entire exhaust system modeled right there. You got this 40 on the cab right here. You got a couple more mirrors on this side. All you got, I believe, is a mirror right here. You obviously have this mirror, and then there's another mirror right there. Coming to the front, as you can see, it's on a Mercedes-Benz chassis right there. You do have some nice plastic light lenses right there. You got your modeled windshield wipers as well. To get into some of the functionality, like I said earlier, the wheels do turn. Probably not the greatest. Not really modeled probably what the real vehicle can do. But one thing which is nice is this deck on the model can be raised and lowered. So when you're backing under the container, you can have the position and the raised or lowered. If you want to have it posed backing under, or if you want to have it about to lower the container. This is a little piece of plastic right here that you have to insert. I believe it's to tell you when to stop backing up. I'm not really too sure. I've never seen one of these machines in real life, but I bet it's just my guess. And then when your container's on there, you can lower it back down, which is pretty cool. You do have a fifth wheel on here as well that is functional. So if you did want to tow a trailer, you could so easily do that. The WSI trailers do fit very well into that fifth wheel, which is nice, and it does have enough to hold up a heavy container if you had it on a chassis or whatever. And as you just heard right there, it does kind of snap shut. But we'll get that out of the frame. We'll bring the container back in. It's a nice Kamag decal right there. And then the TII group right there. I believe that's the people who actually manufacture the real machine in real life. A nice Kamag decal right there. And on the other side, the one thing I always found interesting about this model is this is an NZG branded container. And NZG does have their own truck that comes with this container. But like I stated earlier, you can pose this specific vehicle backing under this container. So if you put the little support legs up right there, you could pose it backing under, and then you could have the deck raised up to make it look like it's backing under and or lowering the little container onto the vehicle, and then they just little legs fold up into the side, which is nice. And then there are two little holes right there and right there, and also right there and right there. I believe on the NZG truck, all the little holes that they drilled in the container are used, but on this particular model by Tonkin, only the front two are used, as you can see right there. Just gotta get it to sit on there nicely. Mine's There we go. Got it sit on there. So that's kind of what it looks like. As one vehicle, as you can see right there, a little plastic piece does kind of tell you how far the container is, and when to stop backing under it. But overall, it's an okay model. I know they made it in, I believe it was like 4 different variants. You could get it in white, yellow, and then you could get it in, it was like a company color. It was like a European company color, and you can get it in DHL as well. I know they made 4. I'm not sure if they made any more after that, but I know they did at least make 4 of these. So your chances of finding one are pretty high in one of the company colors. You are going to have to expect to pay a relatively high price for what the model is, since they are discontinued and no longer made. And I believe they were produced in a pretty limited quantity. But overall, it's a pretty cool model. If you're into logistics vehicles like I am, I'd highly recommend picking one up for yourself if you can find one. But that's just going to wrap it up for this review. So if you have any further questions, feel free to ask. Both the links to my social media are in the description. If you'd like to follow me, check out both links. I have Facebook and Instagram. And another thing to note is I am kind of slowing down on the social media stuff lately. I haven't really gotten anything new. Hoping to change that in a week or 2 when DHS comes around the corner. But I'm kind of slowing down a little bit. I don't post as much as I used to. So that's one thing to note. But that's just about it for this review. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.